Farm Jam 2021 and round number 2 continues on its road trip as we hit a brand new venue, and it's going to be a favorite from now on. Botshabelo, and a cool area, very vintage housing, lots of ruins and stuff to work around, and a little bit of rocky and flatland grassland terrain to work with. The morning session was a different look and feel as well. So much development and innovation happening from the Farm Jam side. For so many years, they were based at one farm. Now we go traveling on the road. There's a little bit of extra work for the crew, but it does pay off. The morning session was all about our junior categories, going out on a very testing, challenging, and varied 14-kilometer loop. But in the morning session, we also rolled out some of the bigger categories. The Pro Mini 85s and the ladies also went out. We go on board with Megan Yonka as she takes us through the ruins for the first time on lap number 1. A square edge catching her out, but she got herself up and she did complete to still make the podium. For the Junior 85s, Junior 65s and Junior 50s, they had an awesome track with a perfect 50-50 split of tech, knoll, and a little bit of wide open terrain as well, so you could really rip the bars off. The main loop for the ladies and the 85 pros was just under a 30-kilometer route, made up of 3 different loops. One rocky, one grassland, and one awesome loop down by the riverbed. All the key players were out there, and once again we saw record numbers in for our junior category races. On the big 85s, all about Raymond Language, Mitchell Fallon, and Miguel Cavina. They were dicing it out for the top 3. In the junior 85s, Niebuhr, Van der Heever, and Webster. 65s was all about Jaden Els and JG Kutsia. And the 50cc's was John Luke Van der Westhuizen and Stubbs going at it. A 2-hour race format, plenty of time to enjoy Botshabelo. Leon, Farm Jam number 2, another brand new venue and another absolutely stellar turnout. Everything's looking roses.
Yeah, we're super happy. We just did the juniors and the ladies and the Pro 85s. Everything went smoothly. The guys enjoyed the track. We are so blessed with the venue. This is one that we're not going to forget. This is an awesome venue.
Tell me about the feedback from the juniors, and obviously we know that we did something different this morning as well. We sent out the 85 pros and ladies also.
Yeah, look, the feedback from the juniors are, yes, Dad, it's a lot rocky, it's difficult, but they enjoyed it, they're learning. And as the year goes on, this is what we're going to do, this is our format, and I think everyone's going to learn new skills, and that's going to be a good thing. The ladies and the Pro 85 sending them out on the course early this morning on their own on the big track. Best thing to do, they got a clear track, they're enjoying it.
Tell me, what does it feel like when you just look over your right shoulder and see all those dudes?
Yeah, all the hard work that we put in and everyone put in to make this venue happen. It shows, the guys are here, they're enjoying it, and we are super happy.
I'm expecting fun.
Fast and slippery grass.
It's going to be rough, a little bit dusty. The weather's going to play a big role in the race today.
I'm expecting to finish.
Yes, to finish well.
It's going to be a lot faster and hopefully easier than the previous one.
Fun, that's all. Have fun. I don't care. I hope there's a lot of single trails. I heard they cut down a bit on the rocks, but let's see. But yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I know it's awesome. And I think the nice thing is, I'm sad for the guys that rode quads that aren't here, but I must be honest, Farm Jam's a bit more fun for the bikes. It's not just turn, it's a bit of extra skills and stuff, so it's quite fun.
Not to fall. Yeah. I don't want to fall, that's the main thing. Expecting to have fun.
So let's review. A little bit of dust, don't fall, and as Dino says, bruh, have some fun out there. The second race of the day was going to be the novice, amateur, and pro gates. The pros would open up the account as well, and they would go out onto a lap that was already opened up, thankfully, by our ladies and our Pro 85s. As always with Farm Jam and any hair scramble event, getting the good gate and pulling the whole shot was key. Flat grassland section just to separate the masses, and then out into the first part of the trail, which was going to be a 5K climb up some rock slabs before you got onto Marshall Point number 5. Mudman Miguel was going to be up there to make sure everyone got onto the right split, and by the end of lap number 1, everyone knew exactly where they were going to be. They were on track for a 5-lap main event run. one or two riders getting caught up in the grassy turns. They would have to pick themselves up and fight their way through the pack and the dust. But the track did open up nicely as well, and the 30k varied terrain offered plenty of passing and some real exciting riding down in the lowlands. Some didn't get the good gate. For others, it was clear air. Botshabelo set everything up absolutely perfectly. An incredible mix of terrain where we went through the ruins. We went onto 3 different copies. We went up on the highlands, we were down in the forest, and along the riverbeds. All the riders came back with huge feedback saying they cannot believe how much different terrain was jammed into a 30k loop. As the day went on and the pros went out for their 5-lap racing format, a couple of groups formed and a couple of gaps formed as well. But the general feedback was the track was holding up perfectly, hadn't been nailed by the rains like we did at round number 1. A little bit of dust did chop up, but there were smiles all around across all the gates and all the classes as they got themselves into the zone at Farm Jam, round number 2, Botshabelo. The second round of a 6-round championship in 2021 for Farm Jam. What also happened at Botshabelo was the Farm Jam crew laid out line choices. It was very cool when you got to a couple of gnarl sections where you could either go pro line or chicken line, and if there was a bit of traffic when you got there, you had options whether to follow the main line or whether to make a plan. Very cool where we saw the chicken line and the pro lines coming in at 3 major areas on the track. It stopped a little bit of bottlenecking and it kept the flow nice when it came to racing. Cool thing was, in the real tight stuff down at the forest and the riverbed, you were only down there for a couple of minutes and then the track opened up and you could make the passes and get on the gas once again. With over 320 riders across the day's categories, it was fun to see who was going to be getting the bacon. Michael Vakale was up into 6, just behind Henky Smith for Mark Stubbs, Milan and Jurgens Potgieter got his win in the S3 novices. That was a big gate as well. S2's all about Combrink up into the number 6 ride, just behind Labuskakny and Engelbrecht. Fusaki was there. Our good buddy Dino Gilau was having a great time as always, making some shapes through the ruins, and Carl Potgieter at his very first Farm Jam stood on the top of the podium in the S2 novices. The DeSanti were in the house. Sean DeSantos down in a number 6 with Rory Davey getting onto the box in a 5. Korf, Marais, Brewer and then Kubit Pretorius was the winner when it came to the S1 novice gate. S2 amateurs, where we saw these guys climb the ladders a little bit higher and ran strong pace. Kralin, Koos and Vessels were the 6, 5 and 4s, with Damo Robert getting his highest Farm Jam finish in 3rd place. James DeToy was there, and then Ruby Roo on the top step once again. The big bangers coming out of the S1 AMs. Casillo was there, smashing the laps. Berger on the chase down with Harrington, and the big guy, Clausen, dominating in 3rd place. Up the road as always, 2nd place going to the ever-consistent Martin, and then Rob Chester gets his win at round number 2 at Botshabelo. On the Masters Gate, we had good numbers. The Juice, Stassen for Subaru was up there in 6. Marky Schultz, Stevie King and Ernst Slabbert, and then the top 2, Tony Griff and Sean Kirk, going 2 for 2 so far on the season, unbeaten on the tour. Seniors, Krobler, Potgieter and Milan, with Andre Stander chasing down on Andre Mostert. But at the top of the pile, it's another 2 for 2 on the seniors for Ludovic. We go on board a little bit with Ludovic as well as he takes us through what went down on the ruins and the laps. Such cool feedback for the riders. A little bit of everything and just enough of all of it to keep you happy and tired in equal measure. Into the pro gate, and we saw Dylan Jonke have a much better run of it in the number 5 spot. Local dude Elru van der Westhuizen got his 150 into 4th place, and an improved Thorn Blake up into 3rd, his highest Farm Jam finish. The 85 of Kobus Bester got the number 2 spot, even though he had small issues out there on the terrain. How's that for a save? Some custom parking, courtesy of Bester. The kid to beat on the S3 Pros though, this season, it's GG. Graham Criff, once again on the top step in the S3 Pros. S2's where we start to stretch the legs and get more power. Bernie Besaidnote got onto a 254 stroke for the first time. John Niebuhr had a couple of crashes, had to settle for a 4th this time around. The rock hopper that is Vinny, Vincent Labaskakny, came out and raced Farm Jam with us, taking a number 3 spot. A little bit too tech for MV Pretorius, he likes it flat out. 2nd place, he'll be happy with that, just to survive and stay on the points. And a new winner on the season, Paul Krobler, gets the number 1 plate. The Kawasaki of Craig Alcock. This guy had an awesome time out there, taking a number 6 ride. Stormy Fulyu in 4th place, that's going to put him in a good position for the overalls as well. 3rd place and his first Farm Jam of the season, the return of Ryan Peltzer. Absolutely loved the terrain out there. Matty Wilson, who had to bow out late on the laps of round number 1, was in it to win it all the way and pushed for the win. 2nd place though for Wilson is a good run. He'll be happy with that, but the season has only just begun. Another number 1 for the Devastator. The 106 riding out of Vans Racing Husqvarna of Devon Smith goes 2 for 2. He is the man to beat on the tour and seems to get more confident with every lap that he gets on his 350. And it also gave us our closest finish yet at Farm Jam. With the day done and dusted, it was a matter of handing out the trophies and the big high fives, and everyone was super pumped. An amazing event out at Farm Jam round number 2 for Botshabelo, and everyone was locked and loaded and good to go for the rest of the season. Check out all the results up on Race Control. You can go online and check that out and get yourselves ready for the next round, which is going to be round number 3 on the 3rd of July. We'll see you guys out there. Keep those elbows high and keep on farm jamming.